The largest hospital in the Northwest Metro now has some new equipment to improve patient care and help save lives.
We felt that they're the most modern technology for what we needed. They're very similar to an ambulance. They serve our population well.
North Memorial Health recently acquired 2 Airbus H-135 helicopters. They're considered the market leader in emergency medical services. Officials say the new helicopters have ample room for patient care, require less maintenance, and are among the quietest aircraft. North Memorial uses air transport throughout Minnesota and the upper Midwest to help with thousands of emergency calls each year.
It's an aircraft that's designed for EMS missions with a flat floor in the back. Clamshell loadings in the back, so it's very easy to load your patient. It's quick and efficient.
So many safety features in you, things that can help with the pilot flying, decrease their stress, and some of the ease of aviation, help the crew in the back to have room and ways to take care of patients. And that's been much more efficient for the job we do.
North Memorial now has a total of 9 helicopters in its air care fleet. As the state begins to implement changes that came out of the recent legislative session, some cities are planning how to spend millions in state dollars to help their communities grow and respond to growth. Brooklyn Park Mayor Hollis Winston was barely on the job for 2 days when this year's legislative session began.
We got a little bit of a late start when it came to the legislative agenda, so we're going to get a much earlier start.
Still, the city came out of the state budget process and the bonding bill with several $1 million to use for work the mayor says is critical.
What we're seeing with youth, we need to invest a lot more to make sure they have positive places to go, positive things to do.
The city received $5 million to invest in the Community Activity Center. As for those from out of town who may come to Brooklyn Park, the Mississippi Gateway Regional Park received $3 million. Officials broke ground just last week on several improvements, including a treetop canopy walk.
It's right off the Mississippi, so it's perfect, but we've been underinvested in as a region. So all of those are investments, future investments, right, that are going to allow us to kind of grow into the city we need to be. But it's not just about our city, it's providing a level of regional infrastructure that we've just kind of been missing as an area.
The city is also working on plans to rebuild its central fire station. It will get more than $1 million this year to begin the design process.
It comes with the price tag, but if you realize that regionally we serve a purpose.
And the city can start to make plans to reconstruct the intersection of Highway 169 and 109th Avenue near the busy school zones. Winston says navigating this year's legislative process will help him in the coming years lobby for project dollars that benefit not just his city, but others in the northwest suburbs too.
We're able to use our resources better, right? So instead of saying, well, everything needs to be here within my city, we can look across other cities and strategically say, you're going to have this resource, we'll have this resource, and then we can leverage that to be much more efficient and make a better argument at the capitals.
The Animal Humane Society in Golden Valley received some good news to help it care for pets. The Humane Society received a $50,000 grant from the charitable arm of Petco. Officials say one of the biggest needs they hear from pet owners is how to find quality, affordable veterinary care. The grant will help them provide a range of pet services at lower rates.
Everybody probably is feeling the pressures of inflation and increased costs, and we feel that too at Animal Humane Society. Our supplies cost more, and just operating our facilities costs more.
The Animal Humane Society offers a range of pet services at its vet centers, everything from wellness exams and dental care to spay and neuter surgeries. Some may describe pickleball as fun, addictive, and a good activity for all ages. Well, a local organization is using the game to help welcome a group of newcomers to the United States. Delane Cleveland has the story.
Pickleball is considered as America's fastest growing sport.
You want to try and surf? That's a good one.
So it would make sense to introduce it.
After you serve, she would get a turn.
To some of America's newest residents.
It's very interesting to play, you move around a lot.
At Pickle in the Middle in Brooklyn Park,
after you get a point, you switch sides.
Instructors took time to teach the rules of the game to a group of Afghan refugees who fled to Minnesota nearly 2 years ago.
A lot of these women are at home and they don't leave their homes unless there's an event like ours to provide for them.
Sonia Annunciacion is with the nonprofit Alight. She says this outing is one of a number of field trips she organizes for these women as they try to get acclimated to life here. The refugees asked us not to show their faces due to safety concerns back in Afghanistan.
These are some of the struggles that they've shared, that there's depression and isolation. They're far from each other. There isn't any form of transportation for them. So we are trying to solve for that. By providing that transportation, we have childcare to give the moms a break.
In other words, Alight is trying to make Minnesota feel like home.
That's what Alight is doing for us, and that's what I'm thankful for.
Hania is one of the 9 women who came here to learn the sport and have a little fun.
I would say like getting together, being able to speak English, learning new stuff. So many good points are here.
Minnesota is likely a temporary stop for Hania and many of the other women here.
Afghanistan is my country, my homeland, and I hope I can go back one day.
Until that day comes, the staff at Alight are doing everything they can to ensure their stay in Minnesota is as enjoyable as possible.
Their lives have changed quite a bit from a year and a half ago. They're happier now. They have jobs, they have homes, they feel secure and safe, but there's still so much to do.
Alight says it needs donations and volunteers to help make these kinds of field trips possible. If you'd like to help, find a link at ccxmedia.org.
Find more local news stories at ccxmedia.org and follow us on social media.